Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Cintamani Cloud. Today's video is for those of us who are struggling with our lower back. And sometimes this leads towards chronic pain in the body, and we want to really make sure that we're able to heal the body when this pain comes up and also learn to prevent this pain from reoccurring in the future. So this class will help us to stretch out and ease any tensions in those areas of the body. And then it's going to begin the realignment that's going to be needed to keep pain from occurring in the future. So if you've got a yoga mat, I'll invite you to grab it to get started, and we'll start to help open and build the right strength to ease the lower back today. Hope you get what you need. Namaste. So we're gonna start with some shoulder rolls as the body is really connected, and we'll inhale to lift those shoulders up and exhale to draw them down the back. We'll do that one more time. And now we're gonna turn the palms to face out and have the palms really turning wide, almost to get your thumbs back behind you. And now this is going to, for many of us, disengage the core. And this is what we're gonna talk about today. For our preventative lower back medicine, we're gonna learn to engage the core. This is going to become super important. And I don't just mean some imaginary obscure place around the navel. We want to draw the entire abdominal muscles in towards our center and up towards our spine. We also want to learn to posterior tilt the tailbone. We want to tuck the tailbone under. We don't want any amount of neutrality or anterior tilt. We want fully drawn forward hips to engage the glutes, not just the minimus, but the maximus too, so that we can start to engage these muscles in the lower back, which is the muscles that we're gonna try to strengthen and open to relieve ourselves of the tension. So we're gonna tuck that tailbone under, squeezing through the entire glute system, drawing in through the front of the hips, which is our psoas, right into our abdominals, and we got those shoulders rolled back behind us. Now we're gonna take this engagement with us. We're gonna take this posterior tilt with us as we do a forward fold now. So first we're gonna take a movement to lift the arms up, draw the core in, don't lose your core, don't lose your glutes. Exhale, don't lose your core, don't lose your glutes. If you are in a lot of pain and we can't touch the floor, that's okay. Just breathe here. Take a deep inhale for me. Release your neck and head. Take another deep inhale for me. Release the neck and head. Try to touch the floor. Take another deep inhale for me. Releasing the neck and head, keeping this engaged. We're going to lift up. Let yourself roll forward. Real gentle. Don't worry about bringing your arms up. Bring your shoulders up. Squeeze them towards the ears. Exhale, draw them back behind you. Turn your palms to face out, and let's find that alignment. Tucking the tailbone under, drawing in through the glutes, the ribs and the navel, and the area right above our groin, our lower belly. We're drawing in. We're inhale our arms up. We're gonna do 5 breaths on our hold. This is for the lower back. So now through the engagements, we learn our preventative medicine, and through this posture, this is our healing medicine for the current pain in our body. We want to see if we can keep drawing our abdominal muscles in as we fold the chest towards the legs, as we release the neck and head. Deep and sound breathing. We need to take our breath with us, especially if we're combating our tensions. We need a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And one more breath. And then we'll go ahead and roll up. And remember, don't worry about your arms lifting. Let your torso unfurl slowly. Draw the core in, lift up through the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back, turn your palms out. We're gonna inhale our arms up and exhale, hands down to heart center. Good, and we can go ahead and shake that out and get ready. We're gonna come towards the floor now. We're gonna really be keeping this whole alignment system with us for all the poses that we do. So we're getting ready to come to a tabletop position. Now I like to use a towel for my knees. You can use a 1-2. And then we're gonna go ahead and stand in front of it. We'll inhale our arms to lift up, draw in through the core. The tailbone is tucked under, the glutes are engaged. Exhale, keep these engagements as we fold forward. It's okay if we don't touch the floor. It's okay if our feet are wide apart. It's okay if we have a gentle bend in the knees. Then we're gonna step the right foot back. Keep the core engaged, drop the right knee down. Second step, left foot back. Drop the left knee down. We're gonna meet here, bringing our palms down onto the floor. Knees are gonna widen apart. Hands are shoulder width distance apart or a little bit more. And we're gonna draw in through the belly here as we push into our hands and knees. We're gonna lift the head up, but tuck the chin in, draw in through the belly. This is for the lower back. We're gonna take an inhale here, and as we exhale, we're gonna draw the chin in and try to lift the middle back up towards the ceiling. We're gonna try to tuck this under even more and tuck this in even more as we push the shoulders down. We're gonna inhale here, exhale here. One more breath, inhale here. Exhale here. Let's come back to the neutral spine. Keep engaging the core. Keep lengthening through the neck and head. Bring the knees together. We're getting ready for our next posture. We're going to bring the knees together and sit down this way onto our heels. Tailbone tucks under, core draws in. We really need to remember that, and we want to take that off of our mats too. Now, for our next posture, we're coming into a child's pose, and we're going to need to modify this, especially if we're experiencing back pain or discomfort. One of the things that we might do is take our knee guard, if it's a blanket or a towel, fold it up. And this needs to be kind of a small size. We don't want some large blanket, like a bed-size blanket, but going in between the hamstrings here and the calves, and you're gonna sit onto this. And this will keep you from going all the way towards your heels, and it'll support you in your lower back endeavor here. And then, if you have blocks, we're gonna bring them forward. If you don't have blocks, just bring your hands forward, and now try to tuck the belly in to stretch out your lower back. Now, there's some people that are maybe afraid of feeling any sensations in their lower backs, but through our yoga practice, we learn when we're getting a positive stretch or when something is tweaking is a word I like to use, kinking, cramping. If we're cramping, usually that sensation is something that can heal if all we have to do is come out of the pose. Okay? So, and remember to deep breathe, but just focusing now on bringing your hands forward, trusting that we're gonna draw the navel in, try to keep the hips down as far as they go, and then walk your hands forward as much as you can. Tuck your chin in and see if you can bring your head down any amount. A person who has blocks can benefit because instead of using their arms to hold them up, the blocks can hold you up and you can relax out of your arms. Maybe you didn't need to fold anything behind you and your hips are meeting your heels. And if this was you, maybe you've been in your forward fold even with your back pain, but we want to make sure that the knees stay close together. The hips stay as close to the heels as we can, and we're rounding through the spine here. And really, this is a pose I'm going to invite you, especially if you're suffering from back pain and discomfort, into daily. Your forward folds and your child's pose is your daily medicine, as well as, let's inhale to lift up, the conscientiousness of tucking the tailbone under and drawing the ribs and navel in. So now we're gonna bring our hands to one side and our hips are gonna follow, and we're gonna spiral our legs forward. Then I'm gonna shift myself forward a little bit on the mat just to give myself room. You might not need to do that. And now this is gonna be really important. This is a place where we can hurt the lower back if we're not engaged correctly. So from here, we wanna draw in through the muscles of the core. We're gonna bring our hands forward, hold our legs, and see if we can unfurl safely and slowly down with the core engaged. Then I'm gonna even bring my feet in as I start to lower all the way down. And I'm gonna bend at my knees and bring the soles of my feet towards the floor. And so this is gonna be another opportunity for us to realign. We're going to do, this is our preventative awareness. We're going to widen the shoulders apart by turning the palms to face up. And now this is gonna look subtle, but if you're doing this with me, you will feel this very intensely in your body. We are going to push our shoulders into the floor, pushing out each vertebrae now into the floor, our upper back through our neck, and into our upper chest, then our middle spine, and then our lower spine. And that means we're pushing everything into the floor so that our core engages. And I want you to keep pushing, get stronger, get stronger, get stronger. Push your spine in towards the floor. Feel your glutes lift off gently, keeping that posterior tilt, the engagement of the hamstrings. Keep going. Now, if you want to come into bridge, squeeze your glutes. Draw in through your core, keep this tailbone tucked, And draw the belly in and only go as high, lift as high as you can without any discomfort. In our yoga practice, our therapy, we always go to a place before ouch. So pushing neck and head for one more breath, squeezing, and then letting go with control. And I'm going to unfurl. I'm going to push my spine all the way in. And now I'm going to keep this engagement. And we're going to get ready to do some core work. Keep the engagement. And now we're going to move on our breath. So we'll try to move together. We'll use an inhale breath for no movement. Exhale breath, lift the left foot up. Inhale breath is no movement. Exhale, bend your left knee, bring your left foot down. We're going to do that again. Inhale, no movement. Exhale, lift your right foot up. Push your lower back into the floor. Inhale, no movement. Exhale, lower down. So we're going to keep this engagement. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, no movement. Exhale, release. One more set. There's no movement on the inhale. We exhale to lift up. No movement on the inhale, we exhale to release. And now we draw the knees into the chest. This is going to be a tough one, especially if the back hurts. We're going to keep our feet and knees and shins together. Thighs too. Draw in your knees. If you're here, that's okay. But we're going to try to draw in as close as we can. Lengthening, pushing the neck into the floor, the chest, your upper spine, your middle spine, and your lower spine, all pushing down. Your belly button, you're imagining the front side of your body and your back side of your body pushing into the floor. Realigning your spine here, stretching out the muscles here. Now we're going to lift the feet up towards the ceiling and do some ankle rolls. Right and left side, in and out. A little bit more movements. Go ahead and point those toes. Inhale here, flex back as you exhale. Inhale here, and we'll flex back as we exhale. And we're just going to take that awareness again with us. You're imagining your legs are actually, your femurs are actually pushing down into your hip sockets while you push your lower back, middle back, and upper back and neck into the floor. And we're going to keep doing this. Keep pushing the spine in towards the floor as your feet lift up. Keep pushing the spine in towards your floor as the feet lift up. And we'll go ahead and bend at those knees. We'll draw them in once again. Inhaling here. Draw in as you exhale. Realign as you inhale. Draw in as you exhale. And then we're going to bring our feet towards the floor. And we're going to do a little bit of a modification for our Shavasana. So often when we have lower back discomfort or pain, when we come into this position, it actually hurts the lower back. So what I'll invite us to do is to fold up 2 matching towels or blankets. Or if you have yoga blocks, we're going to slide them so the glutes are still staying on the ground, my hips are not lifting, and I'm placing the blocks quite high up on my thighs, not under the knees. And this helps tilt the lower back towards the floor and helps just gently lift the legs up. And if you need to be on a higher height, just check that out. It'll lift the legs up as high as you need it to be so that your lower back stays towards the floor. And this is where we'll leave our practice. Closing the eyes and drawing the gaze within so that we can come into our breath. And you can stay here for as long as you'd like to before you get on with the rest of your day. Namaste.